Hello and welcome to another Wineword Italy review. Today, as you can see, I'm not in the same kitchen location. I'm actually sitting outside in the barn. It's a beautiful sunny morning after a foggy start, so I thought we'd go al fresco, as spring seems to be in the air. Today, again, rather different. I've got 3 wines to review instead of the usual one. I'm not putting food with them. I'm just going to give you some suggestions as to what you can have. They're all from one producer, one of my favourites. The producer is called Villa Sceriman. Okay, as we can see on the label there, Villa Sceriman. There's a picture there of the portico of the house. It's a minor Palladian villa located in the Euganean Hills, which is near Padova, not too far from here. They produce a full range of wines. This is just 3 of them, and really we can talk you through an entire meal with just these 3. Before I start the review, however, there are a few things. If you've seen my reviews before, you've probably met my good friend the Lazy Fish. Now, this is a very useful bottle opener, but unfortunately, according to another good friend of mine who is a sommelier, it really doesn't do the corks any favours at all. So, Caterina, this is for you. I have got here a sommelier's bottle opener, which I will be using henceforth, okay, to keep you happy. Another thing, which I was kindly sent by one of the wines I've reviewed before, this is from Nani Rizzi. This is to keep your sparkling wine fresh. Once you've opened a bottle, of course, you're liable to lose all the fizz, but pop this in there, put the clip on, we'll use it in a moment, and it keeps it fresh for a little while longer. Don't leave it on there forever though, because obviously once the air's into the wine, your quality is going to start to go a bit anyway. Right, so let's get down to business. The first wine is the Villa Sceriman Colli Euganei Chardonnay Brut. It is a sparkling wine. It comes in at about 12% by volume and is ideal as an aperitivo to have before your dinner, or also you can have it during the meal at any point. It's not too heavy, but very dry. Let's get it open. Getting it on. Once again, my dog this time has been shut indoors, so he's not traumatised by the cork being opened. You can probably hear him barking in the background. So here we go. Chilled it down to about 6 to 8 degrees. Let's get it open. There we go. Good bit of vaporisation there, it's all coming out. Took the first nose there, very fruity smell. Let's pop some in the glass. Let's see what we've got here. Extremely good sparkle there. Okay. Beautiful pale straw colour. Sort of bright highlights in there, sort of diamondy effect on the bubbles. Good load of bubbles there. Let's give it a sniff. See what we're getting in there. Well, it's very fresh, very fruity. Hints of something. I'm quite hungry, unfortunately. It's making my mouth water. Very fruity kind of. Certainly, obviously, the grapes are there, but there's more behind that. You can smell the countryside in there. We've got a very fresh country kind of air. Let's give it a taste anyway. Chin chin. Marvellous. Well, it never ceases to amaze me the effect the bubbles have on your tongue. Frothed up quite well there. It's quite dry. It's not cuttingly dry, but very dry there. As I've said, you'd have that as an aperitivo on its own. Let's have another sip. Or alongside a fish dish or something like that, which today I haven't had time to prepare. So there we are, the Villa Sceriman Colli Euganei Chardonnay Brut Spumante, and here we are. Let's put this to use. Cork there, pop that in, clip it on, and I'll pop that back in the fridge and enjoy that later this evening, possibly with some fish, who knows. Okay, here we are, the sommelier's bottle opener. It's got a small blade there to cut the foil. Now, what have we got? This is to accompany your main course, probably a roast dish or something gamey. It's a very, very dense kind of wine. We've got a Villa Sceriman Cabernet Riserva. Okay, it's 14%, but that does vary from year to year. Okay, this one was bottled in 2006, making it 5 years old. I'm told that probably it's quite a good time to open this, although it will age considerably more if left. Let's get it open. See what we've got. Around the top there, as neatly as we can. There we go. Take a bit of practice, Katerina. I do apologise. There we are. We've got it open. And now the corkscrew itself. Pop it in. Probably doing that one wrong. There we go. A little ledge on there. Gently takes the cork out. Okay, so here we go. A larger glass for this to get the full effect. Just pop a little drop in there. See what we're getting this time. It's a very dense red. Looking at that, it's beautiful in the sunshine here with the light coming through that. Very, very dense red. Let's see what the... Oh my goodness, we've got... Well, we've certainly got forest fruits, but dry, the very dry smell to the background there. It's herby. What have I got herb-wise? Maybe... almost a rosemary kind of smell there. It's very, very, very strong smell. Very pleasant indeed. Now, you can probably see vapour on the glass there. That's because it's actually quite cold outside. The wine itself is at room temperature. I just brought it out from the kitchen, but the glass itself is cold. So I apologise again for any wrong effect on this wine. Let's have a look. Okay, well there it is. Let's give it a taste and see what we're getting. Oh, that's wonderful. It's very full. So as it spreads over your tongue, very, very full taste. Yes, there's the fruit. There's the dryness there. And the spicy, well not the spice, the herby kind of taste. We've got rosemary. Maybe a couple of other spices, perhaps a bit of thyme. That could be just psychological, I don't know. But certainly it's sorely missing a lovely piece of steak or a really good piece of game of some description. So there we are, the Villa Sceriman Colli Euganei Cabernet Riserva 2006. It's full, it's dark, it's got a lot of flavour, and I shall be enjoying this particular year for a number of years more. I've got a few more bottles stored. Not something you could drink in a hurry. So, perfect accompaniment to a really, really good, substantial roast. Okay, and finally, in our little trio here, we've got again a Villa Sceriman. This time it's a Fior d'Arancio. What's that? Well, that's what they call their very sweet dessert sparkling wine. It's named like this because in the Colli Euganei area, the yellow Moscato grapes are known as Fior di Arancio, and so they've taken the name and popped it on the wine. Okay, again, it's fairly cold. This one is about 6-7 degrees, or it was, before the sun got on it. Let's just pop it open, give it a try. Fall off. A good start. Okay. As I said, it's a sweet wine, something you would have with dessert, particularly at this time of year, spring in the Veneto, certainly, also in this area, the Emilia-Romagna. You can get very light pastry, sweetened. Got a good pot there. And this goes perfectly with that kind of confection. Not as dense as the Passito I showed and reviewed recently. I wouldn't try this with chocolate. It probably doesn't quite go. But certainly with light sweetened pastries or fruit pie or something like that, it would be perfect. Now again, as you can see there, it's sparkling. It's pale straw yellow, and this time the bubbles appear golden rather than diamond effect of the Chardonnay we just looked at. Okay, let's give it a sniff and see what's going on. Oh my goodness, that makes your mouth water. You can smell the fresh grapes. You can smell, it's like opening a bag of raisins. It's very, very sweet. And if you've ever been lucky enough to be in a citrus orchard when the flowers are out, you'll see why this wine is called Fior d'Arancio. There's a citrusy edge and a beautiful, almost pungent perfume coming out there. The bubbles are not as vigorous as they are in the Chardonnay. They're coming up quite slowly there now. Let's see how the taste goes. It's very, very smooth. It's sweet. It's not dense. The fruit is coming right through there. Liquid grapes, it's like getting a Moscato grape, crushing it, adding a bit of fizz and drinking it. My goodness, the flavour stays well. Perfect. Very, very light, delicate flavour. And the perfume, you can see, it tastes still in your mouth. It stays there. Okay, so there we are. There's a wine for dessert. Okay, the Villa Sceriman Fior d'Arancio. We started with either an aperitivo or a fish dish, Colli Euganei Chardonnay Spumante Brut. Then we went on for a nice heavy roast main course. We've got the Villa Sceriman Colli Euganei Cabernet Riserva. And then to finish off, something extremely light and fragrant to go with your dessert, the Villa Sceriman Fior d'Arancio Spumante Dolce, which means a sweet, sparkling wine. I've certainly enjoyed all these three. I also enjoy visiting Villa Sceriman, which has a beautiful terrace in an old, converted, I think, stable building with where the showroom is for all their wines, and a garden outside where you can sit and enjoy. And incidentally, they do snacks to have with their wines. One of the best is their own produced pickled onions done in red wine vinegar. Now, I like pickled onions, so I've had them in lots of places, and as far as I'm concerned, these are the best pickled onions I've ever tried. The website is www.villasceriman.it. You can see that printed above on the screen here. Don't forget, if you want more information, you can go to my new website, which is www.wineworditaly.com, where you can see the reviews, link to the reviews. You can also read more details about the wines I have reviewed. There are also links to all the websites of all the producers that I have reviewed. Thanks very much indeed. I'll see you again soon on Wineword Reviews. Chin chin!